Loser theory. Is he a good contestant or is he evil? Quick terms you may not understand. Loser, one of the characters in Battle for BFDI. BFB, the fourth season of Battle for Dream Island, the first object show created in 2010. Object show. A show in which 2+ objects compete in order to win a prize. The two most popular shows include NM and Sandy and BFDI as it's shortened. UFB, up for elimination. 4. Primary host of BFB, X, secondary host of BFB, Donut, tertiary host of BFB after BFB 6 due to a plan where 4 and X became a part of Donut because he looked like a 0. Loser overview. Loser first appeared in BFB 1. He was then chosen as the leader for his team, the Losers. The Losers successfully won the first challenge by using Clock to give X his basket. In BFB 2, the challenge was to see if a dead contestant was located in a Jawbreaker. Loser on his lonesome manages to free Gatey from one of the Jawbreakers, giving his team a close safe in 7th place. In BFB 3, after being asked by Fiery to figure out how to win the contest, Loser replied with, "Times are..." Oh my god, no! No, I'm not even gonna do that again. And talks about daylight savings. This means Clock's hands are used so that their team swing misses around 50 times, saving them from being UFE. In BFB 4, the contest was to remake 4 one of the hosts of BFB in any way possible. Despite making a papier-mâché version of X, the Losers managed to fit in, barely beating out Death Pact, Prevention, and Creating Trust. In BFB 5, the Losers barely had any screen time, but they won anyway. In BFB 6, the challenge was to avoid the Twinkle of Contagion. Loser kept one of X's baskets to protect his team. At the end, Taco tricks Bell into getting the Twinkle. Bell breaks the basket containing the Losers, giving it to Clock and making the Losers UFE. This was the beginning of Loser's downfall. After BFB 6 was posted, a huge crapstorm of votes for Loser came in. Around 2 weeks later, by the time BFB 7 was released, Loser was eliminated and broke the record for most votes in an object show ever, as of 3/16/18. Loser came in 29th, not counting rejoins, and was eliminated with a whopping 12,062 votes. The reasons for his elimination were either complex or pretty unintelligent, depending on which person you talk to. During BFB 7, Donut used one of the old Jawbreakers to seal Loser in. He was somehow sent into space later on. The main reason why people voted for Loser was to see how his team and the fans would react in seeing the perfect character eliminated. Loser is seen as perfect and respectful in every way, which makes him a Gary Stu stereotype, and therefore very bland. Another reason why is because half the Losers, Pin, Needle, Fiery, and Coiny, were 4 original contestants from the first season of BFDI. This was the main reason I voted, because those 4 should at least be able to do something instead of relying on the perfect contestant every episode. Also because people disliked him. In my opinion, Loser's popularity has no explanation at all. He's just there. His popularity revolves around the theory of this PowerPoint presentation and what you're going to see in a few slides. It's one of the main reasons I despise Loser as a character. No backstory, and he's perfect in every way. If he had an explanation, I have some sort of positive feeling towards him, but his speech at the end of BFB 7 does not help at all. The theories. Note, I might not have too much evidence. This is just a few claims based off of the episodes and my inferences. I'm more on the evil side, so I'm going to talk about a few main theories about him. First off, I'm going to be talking about the blackmail theory. The blackmail theory is something I came up with after reviewing a few of the episodes. The gist of it is that Loser basically knows a ton of secrets about all the contestants, and he blackmailed all the others to like him, or else their secrets would be revealed. The reason I came up with this is because of a scene in BFB 7, where after Loser is sealed in the Jawbreaker by Donut, he finds Donut's diary. I'm assuming he hasn't done enough research on Donut and is using his diary as a main source of blackmail. There are a few contestants that are excluded to this theory. The contestants that are the exceptions to the blackmail theory include Flower, Fanny, Rocky, and Woody, the only 4 I have come up with. Flower, because she was a jerk in the old BFDI and he already knows that everybody else knows, so what's the point of blackmailing somebody who's already probably blackmailed? Fanny has a hate for most of everything in existence. The only interaction between her and Loser is in BFB 7 after she points out a contradiction that Loser pays with poppers all the time despite them being invented only a few hours ago. I'm not sure whether or not this is true. Rocky. Despite being a mute rock with a constant barfing problem that seems to have lessened these days, Rocky has no secrets. The only thing that Loser could technically reveal about Rocky is that he used to actually speak in BFDI 1A. Woody has a constant fear of everything in existence. Though seemingly becoming more brave as time passes, he seems to have lessened his fears. I'm supposing Loser isn't blackmailing him so he doesn't spark up a constant screaming fit, mainly to protect his non-existent ears from painful screaming. How does Loser use this blackmail to his advantage? Do I have to explain this? In every single episode, most of the characters seem to have an obsession with Loser, except the Patreon custom characters shown in BFB7, but they don't count because they're fan-created. I assume this is because it was part of Loser's blackmail that they have to respect him. Loser did everything because they wanted him to be the glory man and save everybody, hogging the spotlight. If somebody else were to win instead of Loser doing it all, the blackmail would happen, and the contestant who did the winning would have their secret revealed. This is shown in most of the BFB episodes. There's only a few flaws in this. The first one, I refuse to list the other 59/58 and how they are blackmailed. My explanation for this, these were the first 4 I came up with were the exclusions, and I have yet to do research on the other contestants. Some of them I may already have known about, such as Bracelety and her constant obsession with Ice Cube, also because I'm a lazy turd and I want this done as soon as possible. The second one, the evidence behind everything seems fake and falsified. My explanation, I've studied the videos and watched them a few times over. You can see for yourself. The liar theory. This is the second theory I had come up with. It is pretty short, but yet is another small yet probably dumb explanation as why Loser was popular. This theory I call the liar theory. Remember how I said Loser did research on every contestant? There was one contestant that I neglected to mention. It's because this theory revolves around that contestant I failed to mention in the blackmail theory. That contestant is Evil Leafy. This was the one contestant who first appeared in BFDI 25 and stopped appearing after IDFB as a cameo. So why would Evil Leafy not appear in BFB? The answer is simple. This theory also involves Loser. The reason I assume Evil Leafy does not appear in BFB is because of how that normal Leafy is somehow there. In BFDIA, after the events of BFDI, that was a mistake, where Leafy escapes to Yoil Land, Leafy is seen to be affected by the Yoil berries, turning her permanently gray and metal. Around the same time, it's presumed that Evil Leafy has escaped and materialized from Leafy as a cold-blooded killer, even though she only killed like 3 objects, as seen in the next few BFDIA episodes. This relates to Loser because I'm assuming that Loser saw Evil Leafy slowly dying after the original Leafy started turning back to normal from her edgy appearance. Loser somehow set up a camera, rushed to the scene, and got to Evil Leafy before she presumably ceased to exist. Therefore, it looked like Loser killed Evil Leafy and spread the rumors to everybody else. This explains his major popularity. However, this opens up a major contradiction into my theory, which I am aware of. This opens up the fact that it's possible that Loser truly did kill Evil Leafy, leading to his popularity. However, this would mean my theory would be false and his popularity would be justified. Therefore, if that was true, then my theory and efforts would be all for nothing, as the crew behind BFB has yet to reveal Loser's backstory. Loser's known lies. The only lie we know about is in BFB7, where he talks about playing with poppers all the time despite Fanny's claim of them being made a few hours ago. You expecting more? There isn't. That's the only genuine lie I found while researching. Flaws. The first flaw. As mentioned earlier, this opens up the possibility that Loser isn't a liar. However, because my explanation to counter this is because of Loser's lie in BFB7. The second flaw. A continuation of my explanation of my first flaw. That's Loser's only lie. However, due to the other consistent reactions to Loser's lie makes me believe that he actually has lied multiple times before. The last theory. The last theory, and perhaps the most stupid reason, is the mind control theory. I only have one piece of evidence that I doubt is going to be evidence after you've read it. This theory stems from a scene in BFB1. After Pin goes on about how our teams needs to stop to do the challenge and needs to stop worrying about Loser and actually do the challenge, oops, Fiery calls Pin a hater and throws her up into one of X's baskets. But why? And how is this possible? Loser mind controlled Fiery to do it. The reason why is actually very unlikely, but it comes from Loser's unnatural strength. Loser is able to lift up one of X's basket with one arm, something not even Needle could do. I mean, Fiery is kind of weak, and so is Needle. So how is that possible for him to throw Pin up that high? Loser mind controlled Fiery and effectively strengthened him. It's the same reason I believe how Clock successfully made the Losers win in BFB1 and BFB3, saving them from being UFE. But mind control? No, stop there, because I know what you're going to say. It's likely Loser's unnatural strength actually supports the existence of mind controlling abilities, but at the same time it's unlikely. After all, I just created this theory on my own. Flaws. This entire theory sounds like complete bull. I mean, sure, it's a cartoon and mind control is unlikely, but allow me to remind you of how Clock saved his team in BFB1 and BFB3. Fiery would mention that he didn't mean to fling Ping up if he was truly mind controlled. After all, they were on the same team in the first season of BFDI, unless Loser somehow erased Fiery's memories of being mind controlled. Conclusion. Is Loser actually a good or evil contestant? Based off of my theories, I'd say still evil in this case, despite everything he's done. You may all disagree and rant that this theory is all complete lies, but I tried, okay? I tried putting some time into researching this theory. You all have your own opinions. With Jack and Jellyfy yet to reveal Loser's backstory, mainly because of early elimination, I can still say I'm either way off target or somewhere closer to the bullseye. Summary. Overview. 1. Appeared in the first episode, successfully made it to BFP7 before eliminated with 20,000 plus votes. The blackmail theory suggests that Loser blackmailed others to gain popularity. The liar theory suggests that Loser didn't lie just once, and the mind control theory suggests that Loser is stronger than you think and is using his strength to help himself without letting the others know. I still believe Loser is an evil character with no backstory and is just there. Or you may think of it as a good character with an unexplained backstory. You can choose to interpret this theory however you'd like. This is Nitro, signing off. Have a nice day.